Number one of the U.S. Open, and we're going to start with our defending champion, Graham McDowell.
G-Mac had a great day. You know what? He has been bothered for a long time. That may not be the best word, but for 12 months now, he's had to answer questions, and now he came back, and he backed it up today. He had a pretty decent round.
And I was surprised at the way he played. He really hasn't been playing that well lately. 8 straight stroke play tournaments where he's been outside of the top 30, and finally he's coming back. He must like this tournament.
And Graham McDowell was able to put together a beautiful opening round 70. Now Davis Love III. Davis Love III, 47 years old, playing in his 22nd U.S. Open.
You know what, the thing about Davis Love, he's 47 years old. We talk about this all the time, about him, you know, maybe he's past his prime, maybe he's worried about being the Ryder Cup captain next year. He wants to win, he wants to make Freddie's team.
He does, and he wants to make his own team.
Absolutely.
He's got his eyes set on next year, getting onto his own Ryder Cup team. That hasn't happened in a while.
Another Ryder Cup veteran, that being Stewart Cink. Another nice day for him. He's been playing well as of late.
He really has. He struggled earlier this year. He's done a lot of work with his swing coach and his mental coach. I think it's starting to pay off.
You think Tom Watson's watching this right now saying, boy, that's Stewart Cink. If it wasn't for Stewart Cink.
Bubba Watson in some interesting attire, trying to raise some awareness and money for military families. He had an interesting day, up and down. This is shot on the 12th part of a 4 straight birdie run for him, but he closed with 3 bogeys.
What a week for Bubba. He releases his music video, he meets the president, he actually plays a little golf, too.
Let's be honest, the only reason we're showing this highlight is because of them pants.
I like that.
You like those pants, don't you?
I like it. Louis Oosthuizen, the Open champion. Man, he has been kind of, well, nowhere lately, but suddenly he perked up today.
Well, and this was number 11, his approach shot to inches. This played the hardest hole of the day. That's a heck of a shot.
You know, it's funny, we were talking about Louis last year at the Open Championship, maybe having the best swing in golf. Well, he still has it, we just haven't seen it in a while.
Well, in opening round 69, now here's Ryan Palmer. Look at this shot on the difficult 10th.
I talked to his caddy today. That runner-up finish at playoff loss at the Nelson was huge for him, gave him a lot of confidence.
Top American on the board right now, U.S. Open. We need some red, white, and blue on the board.
Is that who you picked?
Opening round 69 for Ryan. How about Y.E. Yang? He seems to play well in difficult golf courses. Played well at the Honda Classic this year. Birdie roll in there on number 6.
Here's the deal with Y.E. today. He birdied all 4 par 3s. He said he'd never done that in his career. I'm not sure anyone's ever done that at U.S. Open. I'm still checking.
I know one guy sitting at home who's sitting there saying, boy, that Y.E. Yang, if it wasn't for him, I'd have 15 right now.
68 for Y.E. Hello, Sergio Garcia. The reports of his demise may be greatly exaggerated.
Todd, I told you recently, and you made fun of me, I still think he's a multiple major champion.
Here's the deal.
I think it was happening this week, though.
Here's the deal. He always struggles with his putter, but with shots like that, he doesn't have to putt. And look at this thing going across the green.
And the putter has been his bugaboo for a number of years, but when you're rolling bombs like that, that'll give you some confidence. How about a 69 for Sergio on the day? And look at this great approach here. He's always had one of the greatest swings in golf, in my opinion.
Well, he's one of the best ball strikers, and you can imagine how aggravating it's been over the years for that putter to let him down time and time again. It's good to see him back on the board.
Rex, you can make that putt.
Charles Schwartzel, the Masters champion, and we have said all week, if you can play well at Augusta, you can play well on this course because it demands a right-to-left approach.
Hey, I know we're not supposed to talk about it, but Charles Schwartzel has a chance to win the Grand Slam this year. Oh, by the way,
Ricky Fowler still looking for his first professional victory, and why not at the U.S. Open with that long bomb on the 3rd?
My favorite of the golf boys. I'm going to go out on a limb.
I was expecting more from Dustin Johnson today, but he had some issues.
So is Rex. That was his pick to win. How's this looking, Rex?
Yeah, how am I looking right now? This one doesn't turn out well. I don't think the next one turns out very well either. I'm surprised. He hits it so high, so far. I thought he was a stone-cold lock. It's about as close as you can get in this game.
Pool and a pond. Pond be good for you.
He's not hitting people, so he's got that over lefty.
Well, he's in the DC. We are in the DC area, and he was definitely hitting it on the Republican side on that hole.
Oh.
Ended up shooting a 75 on day number 1. And here, by far, the crowd favorite, Phil Mickelson, 5-time runner-up, starts on the 10th hole, the treacherous 10th.
Happy birthday to you.
It is his birthday, turning 41 today, but this is not a great gift.
We're going to talk about this later, but that is nowhere to start a tournament on that 10th hole, straight out of the gates, first thing in the morning, and that's why.
You saw the deflation immediately when ended up double bogeying that hole, but he does rebound a bit. This birdie here on the 2nd hole, his 11th.
He's been working on that putting stroke. He said it's not quite there yet. Well, we saw it today. It's still a work in progress.
Shoots a 74. Now the aforementioned Rory McIlroy, that beautiful stroke there on the 17th.
We talked about ball striking and Sergio Garcia. I asked his manager, Chubby Chandler, a few days ago, how would you rank Rory's ball striking? He said best in the game, better than Lee Westwood even.
You get a birdie on that difficult 18th, and you're like picking a stroke and a half up on the field. Now on the first, a birdie there, and Rory McIlroy has something percolating. Then from the graduated rough area.
Well, you know,
this is good ball striking right here.
And this goes exactly what we talked about earlier. The fact he's been able to rebound, he came into this with a clear mind. I think he has something to prove, not just to himself, but all those people who watched him collapse in the final round at Augusta.
And you know what? Just like Dustin Johnson last year, Rory McIlroy has sort of become a fan favorite for what he didn't do as opposed to what he did.
All right, you see that number there, 321-yard drive on the par 5-6, goes at this green in 2, and what a shot here.
Now, this is just an amazing shot. Mike Davis talked about wanting to make this a risk-reward hole, but it was played from the tips today. I could not hit that shot.
He did not make his eagle putt, but he did make birdie, and Rory McIlroy, a 65, and kind of like UFOs and Bigfoots, going around this golf course without a bogey, rarely seen, but he was able to do that.